So one of our kabayan asked me 2 days ago, and she said, was it difficult to teach Spanish kids here in Spain? I said, it depends. My answer is it depends because for me, like I'm having 12 and 13 years old. So it's not easy for 13 and 12 years old to teach. Why? Because everything is in Google. If you teach them wrong, they could check it from the Google and they could tell you the next day that, hey, what you have taught me yesterday was wrong. In this case, I need to study hard because I don't want to be confronted by my students that, hey, you're teaching me wrong, you're teaching me bad, you're introducing to me some wrong words. So you have to be prepared. And for students like them, teenagers, that they are having their own iPads, they have their own phone, wag talaga tayo pahuhuli na meron tayong mga maling itinuturo. So it's not easy. Sa una, parang sumakit talaga yung ulo ko because, not because hindi ko kaya, but because na-stuck up na ako eh. It's been a decade that I'm not studying English, especially the grammars. Well, anyway, hindi naman mahigpit sa grammar yung parents nitong nagpapatutor. Kasi nga tinanong ko nga sila nung una, sabi ko, what do you want me to do? Are we gonna study grammar? Are we gonna study like this, like that? And the parents told me na no, it's not necessary to focus on grammar. We just want our children to enhance their speaking skills. So kailangan siyang i-practice, kailangan mo siyang kausapin sa English all the time. At kung may assignment, saka mo lang sila i-assist. Pero pag walang mga take home na mga gagawin sa English, so you don't need to focus on their lesson kasi tinuturo na yan ng professor. Pero there are cases na minsan tinatanong ako noong bata na, what do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? Especially yung sinabi ko nga doon sa Facebook na sinabi ko meron siyang tinanong about the difference between trip, travel, journey, transport, and tour. Yan po yung mga tinanong niya. And then, another thing is, sinabi ng magulang na you don't need to focus on grammar kasi may lesson na yan siya sa professor niya sa English sa school. But do we want her is to have speaking skills and confident in speaking. Kasi nga, marunong na siya sa mga terms, hindi naman lahat. Ang problema niya is yung pronunciation din niya na kailangan ma-enhance kasi ang mga pronunciation niya ay nalilito siya dun sa silent letter H. Like for example, dito kasi yung hola na hi, hello, hola is H-O-L-A. Pero hindi naman talaga pinapronounce yung letter H. Hola lang, hola. Parang yung O-L-A lang ang na-pronounce. So, like honest, di ba? Ang honest, hindi naman talaga pinapronounce yung letter H. Yung hospital, di naman talaga yan hospital, kundi hospital, di ba? At sa mga ibang words na kailangan ng H, hindi niya binabasa. Like for example, may mga word na may H, like hat. So, paano na lang kung walang H, anong basa mo sa hat? Dito naman sa malilinggit, yung mga primary, madali. You don't need to study hard. Kasi ang mga bata, like for example, beginners, madali lang. Mas maganda kung beginners tayo magtuturo. Kasi dito sa Spain. Kasi kung beginners ka magtuturo at ikaw ang nakapagpabasa sa bata, accomplishment mo yon and the parents will be happy. Siyempre, kasi ikaw ang nakapagpabasa. Like for example, itong hinahandle ko ngayon na bata na meron naman siyang English na, pero kaya lang masyadong late. Kasi sa 6 years old na bata, Para sa akin, nagbabasa na dapat yan ng CVC. Ano yung CVC? Consonant, vowel, consonant. Di ba? Yung mga cat, mat, fat, hat, pat, bat. That is CBC. Dapat ang 6 years old ay nagbabasa na. Pero dito, dahil late nga ang kanilang pag-adopt ng English, hindi pa gaano nagbabasa ng CBC words ang mga 6 years old, kundi nag-uumpisa pa lang sa alphabet. Nagre-recognize pa lang ng alphabet, nagsa-sound, phonetic sounds pa lang. So, late siya talaga. At yun ngayon ang tinututukan ko kasi nalilito pa yung bata sa mga alphabets. Hindi pa niya ma-recognize yung 26 letters of the alphabet. So, kailan mo i-introduce yung A to Z o kung pwede lang, paulit-ulit mo siyang ipakanta yung alphabet song. Kasi by that way, maaalala ng bata yung letters of the alphabet and its sound. Ang bawat sound, ang bawat letra. Para sa akin madali talaga. Nauuto-uto mo pa yung bata kasi like sa mga bata na ito, may boring portion sila eh. Kailangan mo silang hanapan ng pamamaraan na hindi sila maboring sa 1 hour na tutorial kasi bata yon, natural na playful, boring, so hindi sila magpo-focus 100% sa klase mo. So you have to do something. At yun ang ginagawa ko kaya natutuwa yung magulang dito sa tinututuran ko dahil marunong daw ako gumawa ng pamamaraan para hindi maboring yung kanilang anak 1 hour naming klase. So yun po. Next time marami pa tayong isi-share. So naumpisahan na itong kadaldalan, so tuloy-tuloy na to. So thank you for watching and I'll see you.